Ooh, right at 9. We are just in time for Raw Talk. Hi, what's going on with you, baby? What's happening? What's popping? What's shaking? Tonight, we are so excited to have three of the sexiest voices in Central Florida join us as special guests on Raw Talk. Ladies, you can ask them whatever you want to know. Here we go, Raw Talk Live. Hey, holy applause. What's going on with you babies? What's happening? Welcome to Raw Talk. It's time to get the party started. What's going on, girlfriend Peggy? Looking like a beauty queen. Yes.
Hey, girlfriend. How are you tonight?
Hey, listen, I'm a little weary, but I'm always excited. So it works. You know what I'm saying?
I'm excited. We got some super powerhouses in the house tonight. Ladies are in for a treat.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I just hope they know. I hope they know. And so I know you've got some questions ready from people who have personally contacted you with questions and your own personal questions. And I have some ready, but this is going to be an opportunity for ladies to ask what they always wanted to ask a man and maybe just never took the opportunity to do so. Or maybe you only asked one man and you'd like to have another man's opinion because everyone's is different. You know what I'm saying? So This is going to give us a chance to do that tonight. We don't want to keep our guests waiting. So, let's bring them on. It's the men of the point of view. It's Stacy D. Welcome. How you doing, sweetheart?
We're doing lovely.
Yes. Jerry Fenner in the building. What's going on? What's up, Jerry?
How you doing? Hey, what's happening, my brother Stacy?
You landed on thick.
And last but never ever least, not ever, under no circumstances whatsoever, the one and only Sterling Stevenson. Hey, what's going on, fellas? Yay!
Jerry, Stacy, how you doing, brothers?
Oh, doing great, Sterling. How are you, man?
Fantastic.
Like you borrowed that line from somebody.
Yeah, maybe so. Hey, Peggy. Hey, Ms.B. How you doing?
Hey, thank you. How you doing tonight?
Phenomenally wonderful.
All of you guys are looking just absolutely handsome tonight.
I told you.
Absolutely handsome.
I just rolled out of bed.
Oh, so you wake up like that. All right. Okay. Hey, you wake up like that.
Jerry? Any beauty secrets you want to share with us, Jerry? I said, Jerry, any beauty secrets?
Oh no. I'm trying to just maintain it day by day. No secrets, but I thank you very much.
Okay. Well, you guys are looking absolutely handsome.
Aren't they just? Hey, all right. My sweet little boo-boo kitty says she's in the building. Thank you, and we appreciate you being here. That's a good thing. It's Ricardo is in the house. Hey, he says, hey, y'all.
Braggs, what's up, bro?
What's going on, Ricardo?
What's up?
Braggs in the building. Yes.
Yeah, man, that dude go back 30 plus years, man.
That long?
That long.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't make that claim to fame.
Yeah. Yep. Braggs, I'm a year ahead of him in school. I came out 92. He came out 93. Yeah. And when I tell you A1 from day one, that's my dude.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Good brother. Good.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I'm close to him and his wife. He says, y'all look great.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you. For the Braggs.
Yes. So, we're always happy to have friends and family join us. And so, we're going to get it started. I think I know the answer to this question, but I would certainly love to hear it from your point of view. Oh, Jane is in the building. Love you, Jane. Thank you, baby, for being here. Can't wait to find out what you have to say.
Mhm.
All right. So I think this is a common question that women ask about all of the time, and that is, why is it harder for men to be monogamous? Who wants to go first?
Me, from a married standpoint, I'm gonna take a back seat on that one.
No backseat.
No, I'm just
No
kidding.
Listen,
backseat.
you
When you
can't
were
come on
single.
here and
I'm-
interfere.
You
All
said,
right.
you said, why is it important to be monogamous?
Yeah, why is it why is it so difficult for
Difficult.
But
men to be
Personally, to be monogamous.
Is it? Maybe I'm being presumptuous. Is it?
No, it's not. I mean, I can only speak for myself.
No, it's monogamous.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jerry. Go ahead, Jerry.
Jerry.
Sorry, Stacy. I think there's actually a couple of different answers to that. One is it's not hard at all to be monogamous. It all depends on one. I think it depends on a lot of the male's upbringing, what he's seen in life. If he's seen role models that were not monogamous, more than likely he may have a tendency to do that as well. There are those who are males that are late bloomers. They don't start, really start to date until after high school. They really didn't date in high school. No one were, pretty much interested. So, you let them out of high school, they get into college. You let them out the house, you get into college and things like that, and you let them out into the world, and all of a sudden, some of them don't know how to act.
Is it a maturity?
But let me just say,
I don't think it's hard. I think, let me just hit one more point. And I think a lot of men, for a lot of men, it may be greed. People can always talk about, well, it goes back to the caveman days, and whether your ancestral roots, were in a certain part of the world, and that's how things were done. Men are hunters. That's what they do. And a lot of times, even if they don't sleep with the person, just to get the person interested in you may be a conquest within itself. Now, is that right to do that? No, it's not. And of course, my views right now, trust me, are far different than when I was 25.
Yes.
So, but you're speaking to me, and we're speaking as of right now. And, this is just, my observation.
Well, I was gonna get to that. That point is that that old saying goes: "You live and you learn." What goes around comes around. Karma. If you're a man that likes to spread your love around, and you finally meet that special someone that you think that you're in love with, and guess what? They'll do the same to you. So then you'll find out how it feels to ladies, you being in the streets and with, this person, that person, whatever. So I think it comes with experience and maturity, to where you're like, okay, what am I missing? You're not really missing anything. It's a game that we play with ourselves, that we think, we got to have 10 women because each one of them represents, a piece of whatever it is that we want in a whole woman, but you're never going to be able to get everything. But you find one that's close to is what you want, and what you need. Because you're not always going to get what you want. Hopefully you'll get what you need.
Thank you, Sterling.
Now here's something that I've mentioned quite a few times when I showed the point of view. If I could rewind, and hindsight is always 20/20. If I could rewind the clock back to when I first became sexually active, I would want it to be with one person up until now.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, that might be something a lot of women don't expect to hear. You know, but if I could have been with just one person for life, I look back now and I say that. Of course, when you're younger, you know, you're not thinking about that.
No. Shout out to Willie Starr in the building, Texas in the house. Yeah, we're about to go international any day now. We're going to cover the whole United States. Thanks for joining us. Sterling, would you care to answer the question?
There are a multiplicity of answers that come to mind. However, if I were to encapsulate it in one statement, it's only as hard as you allow it to be. As a man who has played the field, who, like Jerry, would like to have said, I've only been with one woman. As a mature man, you can answer the question, no, it's not hard. But as a 25-year-old man, look, you get all you can and you can all you get.
Oh,
it's hard, but it's fair. The truth of it is, looking at the multifaceted answer, a man can easily use the excuse. A man can easily use the excuse of, you know, her mouth gets on my nerves. Her mood swings get on my nerve. And that makes it where I don't want to be with her. You know, you can't talk me to death in the daytime and expect me to want you at night. That's an excuse. But the truth of it is actual factual reasoning. And to a man, it makes sense. To a woman, it doesn't. The question was geared to a man. So guess what? Crystal, I agree. It is a maturity thing. Oftentimes, women do mature faster than men. However, you can't expect, it's fair for you to expect him to be on the same maturity plane as you are, but allow him to show himself before you show all of yourself to him.
Oh, thank you. Daryl's in the building.
Darnell.
Oh, yeah. Daryl. He's gonna think I can't read or that I'm retarded.
Hey,
well, you know what? I'm a little bit of both. But thank you, gentlemen. That was interesting. That was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Jane says that when she was young and realized that it was a game, she got very sad. She said, but she pulled up her big girl panties and jumped on in.
So, Peggy, Ms.B, you remember the first time I was on the show? Remember I said, men have game by the ounce. Women got game by the pound. And I think she just perpetuated that notion.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember you saying that. That's right.
And Ricardo says that women date more when they're older.
I believe that.
I can agree. Well, they date with ulterior motives and purposes as they get older. It might not be forever. It might just be for tonight.
Right. They date intentionally. It
might
be
with the intention, you know. They want his earrings.
Oh, earrings. Okay. Coco, you know, Coco
misheard.
Yes. You know, she loves you. She's in the building. So, but thank you. That was insightful. Peggy, you have your question?
I do have a question. It's a sexual question. Basically, I know women ask this question all the time, so it's nothing you guys gonna be taken aback by. But a woman leading in the bedroom, is that a sexual turn on or turn off for most men? A woman to take control.
I'm gonna go for the turn on.
We have.
What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
We have this. Yeah, we talked about this on a point of view also. I think Stacy probably had the best answer to this. You know,
that would be a yes. That would be a yes for me.
Yeah. And
yes for you.
I remember you saying, nothing turns me on better than a woman who would flip me over and wear my ass out.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
whose favorite words were they?
I have to agree with you. You know, take some initiative. You know,
Jerry, you
take some
forgot.
initiative.
You forgot. You know, talk, say things. Don't just say things. Tell me what you want. If I try to talk, tell me to shut up. You take it.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
really
Exactly.
control
I mean,
the
don't, you
business.
know, for each individual is different.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
tell me to
Yeah.
shut up.
For each individual is different. You go to a certain vocal tone, you know, but yeah, you know, a lot of women may think that men are just physical. No, we're audible as well. We like to hear certain things. I mean,
Correct.
me personally, you know, and I'll put this out there since this is real talk, you know, yeah, it's more exciting when I hear the woman, when I hear her moans. And I mean, there are some women that just don't make a sound at all. They may enjoy it 100%.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying I'm not saying, you know, cry out so loud the cops come knocking, but you know, like Maxwell would say, until the cops come knocking, you know. So yeah,
Well,
definitely.
hey, Jerry, the way they kill us,
Definitely a
who knows
turn on
what
for
might
most
happen.
men, I would say.
Yes, I would say that.
I would think so. I would think
Yeah.
so. You know, the
Because
sound of the woman's voice.
the men want to be wanted. They
Thank you.
want to be, yeah, they want to be desired.
I think that's
And
one of
then
the
the second part
areas.
to that question. Can you
Okay.
tell when a woman is just having sex with you or when she's making love to you?
Wow, that's a good
And I
question.
know
This
it's
age,
all
yes.
individual. Generally,
This age, yes. You know, now when
yes.
I was younger, I probably didn't. You know, but at this age, yeah, I can tell.
Yeah,
And I guess you want me to tell you how I can tell.
Well, are you making love?
Well,
I
for
mean,
me,
you may not be in. Or do you make love to women every time you have sex with a woman, or at times are you just having sex? Or most times are men just having
no,
sex to
sometimes
satisfy themselves?
It to me, it depends on the level of the relationship. If you that jump off, guess what? Hold your breath, wish yourself good luck. I'm not gonna stop till I feel feet. But if it's a woman, guess what? I'm gonna caress you. I'm gonna tell you you're beautiful. I'm gonna tell you you taste good to my eyes. I'm gonna tell you every part of me that loves every part of you. The soul of my being sought this moment all day, and for the rest of my life, here I am for you. But that jump off, shut up. Take it.
Okay, Jane said she jumped in when she was she said she was married for 30 years and thought it was monogamous, but when she found out that there was some fooling around, she regretted that she had turned down some good dick in the name of marriage.
You know what? That
know.
reminds me of that old school song, Who's Making Love to Your Old Lady While You're
That's
Out Making Love?
That's
Making
right.
love. That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Jody got your girl
Yes, sir.
on.
Jody got your girl. Go.
Better seen than heard. Is that a problem? That's right. Come get wild with me.
My man. Correct.
Come on and bring it.
yeah.
Ricardo says you can tell.
Did we get Stacy D's opinion? I mean, did he give his answer?
What's that?
Did Stacy give his answer? Did he weigh in?
I've been with the same woman now for the last 20 years, so that's your answer.
So you always making love, okay?
Well, yes, because we are in love.
In
but
love,
I mean,
yes.
that can be time. But don't get me wrong now. Don't get me wrong, because you are married. There are times when, you know, it's not like a movie. You know, you're making mad, passionate love. Sometimes you just want it.
Just give you quickie.
But you got to also remember, making love transcends just the bedroom. I mean, it's a matter of how you speak with each other all day.
Right.
You know, how you flirt with each other once both of you actually come home at night. I mean,
Right.
you can actually make love with someone, you know, And you can also have sex with that person that you love. You know, bending somebody over the counter in the kitchen, yeah, that's sex, but you love them, you know, and hopefully she loves you, or vice versa, you know, if you're a woman, or, you know, whatever your, you know, situation is, you know. But I mean, not every time are you going to make love, you know, and there are times you are going to make love. You know, how do you tell a woman is making love to you or not? It's all about the body language. It's all about the body language. You know, while you're in bed, on the staircase, in the living room, in the kitchen, in the garage, can't get out the car. You know, so you know, it's about the body language.
No, get out the car. Well, shut up, Sterling.
Stop it, Sterling. Kathy Love
Yeah,
is
I
in the
believe
building.
making love is
Hey, baby,
something that
she
starts
some of my
early.
friends said they make noise and pretend they like it. That is such a waste of time. Why would anybody bother to do that?
Don't
Yeah,
have time
yeah,
for
it's
that.
such a
I'm
waste.
not doing that.
Really.
That's the stroke of man's ego. I'm not stroking egos. I'm stroking backs or whatever else, but not egos.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fake it in the bedroom if I'm not feeling it, you won't get no amens out of me. You know, I cuss a lot when I'm having good sex. I mean, when I'm making love, I may call Jesus himself. A whole lot of curse words gonna come out of my mouth, so you're gonna know I'm really enjoying myself. But we're not stroking egos. And I believe lovemaking starts early on in the day. It's something you do with each other throughout the day. Phone calls, a stroke on the back, a hug, a kiss on the back of the neck. It's multiple ways, like you say, in a phone call, a text, a gift. That's making love to your woman. So of course that's gonna transcend in the bedroom. And again, when a man talks to you sideways or disrespectfully, how can he expect his woman to lay down with him in the evening and make love to him? And she's feeling some type of way. I don't think the two go hand in hand, but some people have to figure that out.
Yeah. And Jerry, I think, made that point that that the lovemaking starts early. All during the day, all during the week, or or whatever, for that buildup.
Yes.
Tisa says that nobody likes a pillow princess.
No, not at all.
Or a dead fish, or any of that kind of stuff.
But Ms.B, a dead fish.
You know what I'm saying.
You're right about that. Nobody likes a dead fish. Yeah.
No, not that. No, sir. Absolutely not.
But when it comes to the bedroom, ain't no part
But I
of
mean,
it.
It can be a teachable moment, because I don't care who you are. Everybody has that freak locked up inside them. And it's a matter of what you do to bring that out.
Inhibitions out, yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Crystal says that she believes that spontaneous sex is a part of love as long as you're doing it together. Yeah, the key words, doing it together. Hi, Darlene. Arlene went there. She says, not really. A woman can be making love to you and then really making love to somebody else in her mind.
Your body's here with me, but your mind.
Mine is on the other side of town.
To equal that, men do the same thing. And it's not they could be. Men do.
Let me tell you something. Halle Berry, Janet Jackson
is going to woman next. I'm sorry, you were saying something?
No, I was just saying, to your point. I have slept with Janet Jackson, Sanaa Lathan. Even they weren't there. They don't.
Halle Berry.
Halle was a little boring, but I got through
it. You managed.
I managed.
Oh, hey. Hi, Dawn. Thanks for joining us. Dawn from Stone Mountain, Georgia. She says, do you think a man can be in a relationship with a woman that he likes but not have sex?
Well, I mean, he's not gonna. Yes, he can, because
I mean,
it's up to I don't know whether the question is whether he doesn't want to or whether she doesn't want to. I mean, because there may be a case the guy likes her, but she's not ready.
I mean,
So,
are we talking like 2021?
Yes. Yes. But I think that he can, because and do that. They who for religious reasons abstain until married, or they have a woman who holds them off. Oh, it's a lie. They be lying. They give it up before they get married, don't
they? She might not be giving it up to him. But
or vice versa. He may not be giving it up to her.
But somebody getting it.
Kathy says somebody getting the money, because they stroke that ego to get what they want, and what they want is money.
I agree.
Which is,
to me, there's no bigger turnoff than a gold digger. Than a woman, first few conversations. Oh, this rent due. Well, you need to pay it.
What were you doing before I got here?
Yeah, whatever it was you would have done before I got here, you need to get to doing it now. Matter of fact, I'm late for my hair appointment. I'll be back.
What were you doing before?
So when they say bill collectors at my door, they're at your door. They're not at mine.
I'm out.
How are you handling your business?
Jane says, what men don't think about is that when your woman is out, other men are talking to her. Her answer depends on what she has at home. And I know that's right, because sometimes, a man would approach me and then you say, well, I'm married, or, I got somebody, or, that type of thing. And he goes, are you happy? Hi, no, thank you, I'm married, but are you happy? So they do a quick little temperature check on you.
Oh yeah. And women have done that as well. There have been women, in my radio days, there's women that would actually just walk up to you and say, well, I don't care. So yeah, it's a matter of how you conduct yourself. How do you remove yourself from that situation?
Very carefully.
Exactly. Hey, Dion. Hey, D, what's going on, baby? She says, make love to my mind all day and get my body ready for you at night. Yes, ma'am. I think everybody is in agreement with that.
It may not even take until the evening. I tell you, it wasn't until after I was 30 years old. I was actually, I'll give you a quick story. I was in New York and walking with this person that I was dating, and we decided to go down to the village, and we were at Washington Square Park. In Washington Square Park, there's this big water fountain circle that's usually never turned on, and there's street performers there. So everybody sits on the edge and watch the street performers. And all of a sudden, while holding hands, she shivered and she grabbed my hand tight. And I said, what's the matter? She looked at me, she was like, nothing. And in retrospect, she actually, just by sitting there and being in the company, had an orgasm.
Yummy.
But as a younger person, I would have never recognized that. I would have never known that. But your maturity level lets you know certain things about your woman, about her body movements, when she, holds your hand a little bit tighter, and, she may shake a little bit, her knee might get a little bit weak, and, so,
hey. Jerry, what the hell you been doing?
Jerry is putting it on him. That's all I know. He is giving it.
Hey, Jerry got that old voodoo.
Crystal says, ain't nobody working with that Mojo Corello. Crystal said, ain't nobody waiting for sex to marry in 2021. She's like, get out of here with that.
Hey,
you better. Yeah. He said, you can test drive that thing for sure. I'm with you when you're right.
Body by
You know.
Benz, insides by Pinto.
Hey, but Crystal makes a good point. She says that men can be gold diggers too when they see a strong, independent woman. And
Wait,
I
what?
the name. That men. There are men who look for women who are
No, Ms.B, stop.
care of them.
Stop,
Yes, they are.
stop. You know what negates her entire argument?
What?
A man can't be a gold digger. A dude can, a guy can, but a man's got his own. He ain't going gold digging.
Oh, you said that in such a manly way.
And it's the damn truth too.
Yeah, there's women who are moist all over the world right now behind that. So there you go, Miss Crystal. Not a real man. That ain't happening, huh? I get told. Right, so on to a different subject. A lot of
you
this.
have to distinguish between what is a man, what is a dude.
Hey, well, a man, by Sterling's definition, is somebody who has his own. He has his own. He knows his own. He can take care of himself, and if he chooses a woman, he can take care of her too. He's a man. He's not asking a woman for anything. He's not looking, for her to get anything out of her, but maybe something else he needs.
Love and attention. Mm-hmm.
Dawn says, how long will it take a man to know if he wants to marry a woman that he is dating?
Can I take that one, fellas?
Go ahead. You got the floor.
Sure.
To me, my opinion, it takes at least 4 seasons, 1 year, for a man to be able to legitimately say, I want to marry this woman. Fellas, I want you to listen to me and hear me good. A woman's mind, body, and the way she acts and reacts are actually synonymous with the seasons of the year. For example, summertime, she's more carefree. As the fall approaches, she begins to store away and prepare for the barren cold of winter. As spring comes, she becomes more carefree and fancy-free, and it's actually easier to approach a woman in spring and summer. So the thing of it is, at least 4 seasons of the year or 1 calendar year before you know you're ready to get married.
Stacy?
I think it's all subjective. Because when I met my wife, I pretty much kind of knew I wanted to marry her after just probably a few months.
After what?
After dating. I knew that I wanted to be with her for the rest of my life. I mean, I know that sounds kind of, romantic, like a kind of a movie, whatever, but it happens. It does happen where that this individual, because your spirits match up or whatever, I mean, I can get where Sterling is coming from, but I know that when I met my wife, I knew that I wanted to be with her. It didn't take long.
Wow. And we hear that a lot from couples who have been on the show with us, that when it's right, it's right. It's a certain kind of feeling. There's a certain kind of connection, and it didn't take them long. It would be a year or less for a lot of them. So,
yeah. Well, the thing is that as you go through life and you date and you're with women or whatever. I mean, you know what you want by that time. You know exactly what the kind of woman that you want, and when you meet her, you know it. Just by the way she talks. So yeah.
I think it goes a bit beyond even that, Stacy. It's a difference between want and need. You can want that person the first night you meet her, but after you get to know her, even after a short period of time, you begin to ask yourself, do I need this person in my life? So it goes, it transcends the want, into the need. One of my old buddies back in the 90s, and he was getting married, and he asked me if he should marry her. And I said, well, okay, do you love her? He said, yes. I said, can you live without her? He said, no. And lo and behold, I mean, they got married. Eventually divorced, but that was the beginning of it. As far as the the engagement.
But that within itself, the I can't live without you. To me, that's dangerous. You can live without anyone. You can live without anyone, but you love this individual and you want to spend the rest of your life doing. That's your intentions, is to spend the rest of your life with this person. But it's dangerous to say that you can't live without someone.
Yeah, because that's
well, I mean, you got to understand. The question was coming from a 33-year-old at that particular time. I would actually change that end of the sentence from the can you live without her to do you need her in your life. So I mean, at my age right now, and in all honesty, I mean, you see the gray, I'm sort of a silverback, and hopefully I have a bit of maturity to myself. That would be my end part of the question.
Ricardo says, what we can build it's about what you can build together as a couple, not about what one person or the other can do for the other one. Crystal likes your answer. And Coco was saying it all depends on the connection. Stacy, you had your connection right away. You knew. And Crystal and Essex are going back and forth. Essex is telling her to not deflect, and she says, "I'm not deflecting." She said, "I want to be equal on both sides for each other. I never thought it should be one-sided, but unfortunately, that's what the scale is about. Sometimes it is a little, unbalanced on one side or the other. It's about, can you bring it back?"
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you all something else on a different subject. What do you think about polyamorous relationships? Is that something that you could do, that you would think is interesting, that you would consider? Yes or no? And why? Like, would you have
at
more
my age right now? Personally, I'm 58 years old. At my age right now, a younger man would probably say, "Oh yeah, definitely can do that." But in all honesty, I've never been raised in that environment, so I would not know how to conduct, a polyamorous relationship. At this age right now, I would say no.
Okay, it's a no for Terry. Okay.
Yeah, not for me. Not for me.
Stacy, I bet that wouldn't work in your house.
That's not a question for me.
Sterling.
It's difficult enough to deal with one of y'all asses sometimes, and you want me to deal with more than one mood swing, more than one attitude, more than one indirect answer. Man, if you don't get your want to be married to two of us at the same time out of here.
That's right. That's like a whole lot of headaches.
That's like, look, I got a big head. I got a big head. You mean to tell me?
Work at that.
I'm good. We can be friends, though. You can come by.
It's double the work.
Yeah.
Ricardo says,
I think the ladies. I was going to say, I think in polyamorous relationships, I think the women are the one that really probably get the most out of it, because they get to share the responsibilities of the husband. Yeah, you take them this day, that day, and the other, and I'll take them one day a week, and I'm good. And they get to share all the household responsibilities, to raise the kids together, and they have help. And it's, the man is the provider most of the time, and he's taking care of the family. And so I think that works out great. The man is getting what he wants, because he wants multiple sex partners and is in an open relationship and everybody in one house. And I guess that works out wonderful, but it couldn't work for me. I couldn't do that. I could never do that. I'm just weighing in as a woman. I couldn't do it. Could you do it, Ms.B?
In certain cultures, I mean, this is still, in certain cultures, this is still. And I did see a documentary where there's this one village where, of course, polyamorous, relationship and multiple marriages, for different women, was still accepted. And of course, this is coming from our mother continent of Africa. in one of the countries there. A lot of times over there, the reason why the man gets another wife is to, again, like you said, make things easier on the first wife. And the first thing he said, it wasn't about sex. So a lot of times it's not about sex, it's about convenience.
Mm-hmm.
It's about convenience. Now, yes, of course, he may have sex, with different women, with the different wives, throughout the week, but it was more of a convenience for the first wife to choose a second wife. But in all honesty, anyone that I've ever seen as far as documentary videos or things like that, they say it's hard as hell. It's hard as hell. And like I said, I didn't grow up like that. So I would not know how to conduct a polyamorous relationship.
Look, I'm sorry, Keisha and Lucretia not going for it.
No.
Keisha, look, Keisha's going to say, not in this country. Jerry, Keisha's going to say, you was too long in there with Lucretia. You don't get after me. Lucretia going to pull them eyelashes. Look,
no,
you can't
have you can't have sex with Mr. tonight. She doing my hair. Yeah.
Oh.
Jane said that the women would fight.
Agree
with you. She's so
Jane, funny. Look, Jane. They get ready to go at it.
Hey, well, listen. Let me tell you something. A little while ago, a close male friend of mine, not a lover or anything, just a friend, said to me, he says, "You're not going to ever find a man. You're not going to ever get a man because you come from a place of deception." And I said, "Oh, really?" And he said, "Yes, because you wear makeup and you wear eyelashes and you color your hair, you're trying to look young, but your hair is really gray. And, so you color your hair and you wear makeup to make yourself look better. And, so you got fake lashes and fake nails and dyed hair. And, and sometimes I wear fake hair. I'm not like a big wig wearer, but, I'll wear a ponytail or, some other kind of thing." And he said, that's very deceptive. And then, a man gets to see you in your natural element, you're just living a lie. And so
that's what. Yeah, yes. Go. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ms.B.
Yeah, you got cut off. What were you saying, Jerry?
No, I was going to jump in on that, but you didn't finish your comment or question.
Yeah, I just said, what do you think about that? How important is it to you for a woman, to look natural, have natural beauty without the enhancement of makeup or hair or any of that sort of thing? How important to you is it that it's real or not?
I mean, I think it's an individual, it's to each his own. Me personally, I like a more natural woman. Not that she may not wear makeup, from time to time or put on makeup every particular day. I mean, that may be her choice. I like natural hair. There are guys that, don't mind the weaves, the wigs, and, such as, as far as what he's saying, women have been putting makeup on since the day of Nefertiti and Cleopatra. Okay, they still do it to this particular day all over the world, and it's based on what we have gotten from the Egyptian culture. So you're going back 4,000, 5,000 years on that argument. And if a woman decides that that's what she wants to wear as makeup, then that's what she wears. If you have a problem with it, then meet her in the supermarket without the makeup. Meet her while she's jogging without the makeup, or working out in the park or in the gym without the makeup. If you have that much of a problem with it, don't decide to only meet the woman where she would put on extreme makeup, which would either be in the club or at church. That's not so, apparently That's not your stomping ground. That's not where you, because when you go there, that's what you're going to see.
Definitely what you're going to get when you go there.
Mm-hmm.
Stacy, is this a question that a married man could answer?
Sure. I mean, I'm with Ricardo, Brother Braggs. He just had a comment and said that men lie all the time about what they have, and that is true. A lot of guys brag about having this and having that, and then you wind up finding that they don't have two nickels to rub together. I'm not saying that wearing makeup and getting your hair done and stuff like that are a lie, but you know, eventually you will find out the true person underneath. I mean, I don't know of any person that goes to bed fully made up, you know, so I mean, it all depends. I'm like Jerry. I like the natural beauty, you know, a little foundation, you know, makeup or whatever. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. I don't think it's living a lie. You know, I just think that women, just like men, I mean, guys like to wear certain watches, shirts, and stuff like that, you know, and women like to make themselves up, and you know, so I don't see anything wrong with that.
That's cool. Peggy has made that point before, that men, you know, their asks are different than ours, right, Peggy?
Absolutely, their makeup is quite different. They come with the flashy watches and jewelry, the fancy you know, cars, things of that nature. They dressed up to the nines in their suits and the fancy alligator shoes. So that can all be considered a makeup. That could be a mask, you know, something they portray themselves to be successful and wealthy and got it going on, just like you say. And then they go home and they park that beautiful car next to Grandma Susie's house that he inherited 5 years ago that he haven't done anything to. So it's the same thing. You want to wear it out as you. My thing is, like, I'm a person, I love to wear makeup when I go out. The closer you get to me, the more you know me, the more I'm comfortable with you, the less and less makeup I'll wear. You'll eventually get to see me in my natural state. Now, when you see a woman in her natural state, you love her. Once you fall in love with a woman, you fall in love with that inner person, the inner beauty, who that person is, what they stand for, their morals, the character, all those things. You fall in love with the person. Therefore, her putting on makeup or a wig or some other nails or lashes, it doesn't. What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. It means it's a fashion statement. Right. She enjoys makeup and fashion, and she adorns herself with it, and you're gonna love her with it or without it. Once you love a woman, you love her in her makeup as well as you love her out of the makeup. So I think we need to kind of finally bring this makeup and mask thing to a easy conclusion that if we didn't wear it, if you didn't see us and we weren't, you know, beautiful and pretty, you wouldn't be attracted to us anyway. You wouldn't even say hello. So do you want us with it or do you want us without it? Can you take us with it? Can you live with us without it? I mean, you know, we are women. You know, we're going to do these things.
Yeah. Coco says.
Well, I think a lot of
Yes.
Right.
Oh, Coco says that we can't appreciate how the candy comes together.
Yeah, the guys like I can't.
But I think a lot of the men have to. Part of the.
I can't hear somebody.
Well, a lot of men have to realize also that part of the process of the applying the makeup is not to specify you. This has been told to me by women. A large part of the process of applying the makeup, getting your nails done, I mean, it's a pamper process. Women like to be pampered. You know, and if applying makeup is part of that pamper process, then so be it. You know, like I said before, if a woman who wears a lot of makeup is not your cup of tea, don't take a sip.
Amen. That's the best thing I heard. That's right. I like that.
Sterling.
Absolutely.
Yep.
What's going on, baby?
I'm just look. Wait a minute.
Jump in. He is patiently waiting. Because we had this conversation with him before. Yeah.
My personal preference is natural. But the guy who made that comment to you, what in the name of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints was his problem? Dude,
Go
grow
ahead, sir.
all. I mean, if you don't like it, dude, just keep it moving. Nobody cares about your little commentary.
Simple.
What?
Go back.
Mhm.
That's right.
No,
Keep
so
it
nobody
moving.
cares.
I like that.
Yeah, just,
Exactly.
just keep it moving along.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that if the conversation's not good, I mean, she could be as natural as can be. And if the conversation's not good, you're still not going to be attracted to her.
Or you
Right.
can compartmentalize her and realize this ain't going no further than.
Right. Right.
Yeah, Ms.B, exactly.
Ms.B, are you throwing hand signals? What are you doing?
With a horizontal polka.
Yeah, I see over there like doing the hands.
You know what Biggie say? She don't get Nathan, but penetration. Ricardo says, why do men say they don't want a gold digger, but they do all of the extravagant things to attract the woman? Because men need coochie, and we have it. That's why.
But see, the thing of it is, on that subject, Ms.B,
yeah,
women need to realize is, regardless of how many points you want to make of being a princess, a queen, and all that stuff, women greatly outnumber men. When you factor in all the other things that go along with our society, I say that as politically correct as I can, that ratio goes even higher. But the thing of it is, with that mindset of we got coochie, yeah, there's plenty of them out there.
Yep.
There's a heap of them out there.
A whole lot of them.
I'm going to keep it above the table and rated G right there.
Okay.
That's not what I wanted to say.
Equal.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, there's plenty of it out there. Not all created equal.
No, wait.
It's
Jared.
It's a part of the animal world. It's a part of the animal world. I mean, you take a look at the avian species. It's the male bird that has the biggest and brightest feathers. You take a look at the plains in the Serengeti, in Africa. It's the male lion that has the largest mane. So yeah, it's inbred in the male DNA to try to do that. If you get to a certain level if you graduate to a certain level, you would feel that you don't have to do that. I don't do that anymore. I do not. Yes, I like to dress accordingly. I don't put on any extra, extra airs, just to try to attract a woman. Not at all. I mean, not at my age. And as far as I think back, I don't think I've ever had to do it.
That's pretty good. Peggy, do you have a question?
No, I was just gonna comment to what Sterling said. He was like, to the coochie. Yes, there's plenty of coochie out there. Women outweigh men, and there's plenty of women that want to give up the coochie very quickly. Again, is this a turn off or a turn on? Would you rather just go out there to a woman that you can just so easily and readily get the coochie? Or are you more attracted and turned on to a woman who is reserved and want to hold it back and is not so willing to jump in bed with you the second or the third time she sees you, or even the first time she sees you? Do you lose respect for a woman who is so quickly and willing to give up the coochie? Do you look at her differently? Do you automatically put her in a friend zone or what? Tell me how guys think on that.
Or the hoe zone.
I mean, yeah. Do you lose respect for a woman who gives up sex right away on the first date, on the first night? Do you look at her differently?
In the words of Tupac, I don't wonder if it's that easy. But the truth of it is, the element of chase is part of the turn on. But don't go trying to hold that thing hostage, because I'm not willing to pay that ransom forever.
You?
And if I can chime in, I think if she's giving it up on the first night, remember he's giving it up on the first night as well. If she's giving it up on the first night, or both of you are giving it up on the first night, you haven't even had time to respect each other.
Right.
Haven't had time to do that.
So men do view women differently when they give it up on the first night, even though men don't get labeled entitled. What women do.
Well, it's not what they call you; it's what you answer to.
Oh.
Sterling's
that's the old double standard.
Sterling's had a lot of time with older gentlemen.
Wait,
because I remember those sayings back in the day, brother. That's all right.
Hey.
He got it from his daddy.
Got it from his daddy.
Daddy. Hey, what's going on, Fred? Carol says she's in her 60s. She doesn't wear makeup and she has natural hair and she loves it because it is so freeing. Now, Ricardo, come on, bring it, baby. My wife and I slept on the first night and we're going on 7 years of marriage. That's my soulmate. He's not the first person that we've heard say that.
And he won't be the last. I mean, the thing of it is, as long as a man does not force himself on a woman, that woman is making a conscious decision to do with her body. That's the big thing. That's a huge thing with the abortion issue right now. It's my body. Yes, it is your body. And ladies, it's my body. So like Jerry said, we're here together. It's our first night. You aren't just doing this by yourself. We in this together, even if it is just for the night.
That's right. And does that make him, is it any different? Even though we might label the man differently, is that, he's a man and that's what he's supposed to do. But there's something to be said about that. You have to wonder, well, does he do this with every woman, that he meets as well? So that question can work both ways. Unfortunately, though, we're always the ones that get labeled as the whore. Jane said, I was told in high school that sex was sex. I was traumatized subsequently as I matured. Men told me that wasn't true. That's what she says. Ricardo is agreeing with you. Coco says, again, I think it's in the connection. Some have gotten to know each other first before a first date. And, that first date thing, that can be a little shaky. So do we do it the very first time we meet in person, but we've been talking to one another on the phone for a month or two, or or did we just run into each other in the club? There's so many variables as to how that can go, and apparently the same as well about the way it ends up. But on a different note, what would you say as we wrap up our time together? What are wifey qualities? I know, I'm sure men have different individual qualities that they list as for a woman they would want to have as a wife. What do you think a wifey quality?
I guess I'll go first.
Yes, the married man, the expert.
No, I'm not an expert. not by any means.
Hey, B, did you see how Stacy went? No.
Because you learn your mate for life. No matter how long you've been together, you still learn each other. So no, I'm not an expert. But what was the question again? You see, you got me talking in my age. You know what I mean? I'm having a mind.
You're just
a brain fart. But go ahead. What'd you say?
Yeah, let me just say that Ricardo says that he was talking with his wife for months before they met on that first date. So the connection was already there. That was established. Crystal wants to know if you believe in love if the panel believes in love at first sight. But I was asking you, what are wifey qualities?
Oh yeah, the wifey qualities. Here again, that's subjective. I mean, what I would want in a wife, Sterling may not want in a wife. What Sterling may not, want in a wife, what Sterling wants in a wife, Jerry may not want. But I know I can only speak for me. I want a woman who is independent and knows exactly what she wants.
Okay.
To me, that's a definite wifey quality, is to know exactly what you want. You know, whether
Clarity.
whatever it is, clarity. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, Stacey, if I could build off that, knowing what you want and being able to give what you're asking to receive, not just those tangible gifts, but women say, I want you to understand me. I want you to care about me. Men want to be cared about and understood just as women do. Maybe not on the same level, on the same plane. However, understand that role of when I come home from work, give me 5-10 minutes just to decompress from the day, and don't take it as me having an attitude. I just got to get the whole world out of my psyche before I come and be with you. Back to my point, being able to give what you're asking for, even demand, is only fair. And that's probably one of the greatest things I would look for in a wife.
Okay. Thank you. Jerry?
Jerry's frozen.
Yeah.
Jerry got little.
Frozen, you can hear. So, but yeah, he's frozen. Dawn, who is a beautiful single woman, wants
Me
to know what is
personally,
it?
like I said earlier, I'm about
I guess he's
observation and body
He's
language.
unfrozen now.
You know, how you interact, not how you interact with
Okay, so we got it. I think I got it.
Great advice, Jerry.
Jerry, you on what, man?
all right.
I
What I'm
think
saying
I got
is I'm about observation and body language, and not necessarily how you interact with people.
Oh, God.
Okay. So, what is the best advice that you can give a single woman who is dating and looking to meet her husband?
The best advice I can give her is stop looking.
Okay.
Hi.
He will find you.
He that finds a wife.
And do you have a Facebook page?
You know, it's interesting that she would ask that question. Oh, and Jerry, you would love her. She is tall and beautiful and shapely and in fit, and you know, she's all fit and nice, and she's pretty and she's smart, and she got her own thing going on. But anyhow, I'm hope you know what. Peggy and I decided that we are going to start a singles spotlight where we will feature a woman and feature a man on our show as a segment of the show once a week. So we are openly accepting applications. If you would come on the show with us for just a few minutes and present yourself. And
great meat market.
Yes, that.
And, meat market.
And give people an opportunity to get to know one another. But to answer Dawn's question, I would say, first be clear about what it is you're seeking from a man, so that you'll recognize him when he presents himself, and to be what you're looking for in a person. I think you become, just like you said, Sterling, once you're willing to give what you're asking for, once you are what you're looking for, that it automatically appears. I believe it. I haven't seen it happen yet, but I believe it. So that's what I would say. Just get clear about what you want and relax in that, and know that he's on the way. Not to mention, we want to help you out, girl. You should first. And Catherine agrees. She says, Stacy, you learn your mate for life. And we all change during life because life tends to change us as we get older. We continue to love and learn and grow with our mates. And yes, we do. Most definitely. I want to get all of the comments up if I can. Carol says she's still waiting, and she's all right with it. I'm telling you, you can get all right, ladies. You get that battery operated boyfriend, and your life can be you can keep yourself calm. Carlos, run a credit check. Run a credit check. For real. I've heard people say that too. No. Yeah, well, a meat market. It could be, you know. Carol says we're not meat. You're the meat.
Here
The
we
man
go.
is we're not,
Hey,
you know.
hey, Ms.B, I got a question for you. There was a listener, you and I talked offline, and there was a listener who I angered greatly.
Yes.
Okay. We'll talk about that later.
Ms. B, I'm not frozen. I just want to say thank you very much for inviting the three of us, and I'm pretty sure Stacy and Sterling will have their comments as well. But thank you very much. You filled in on the point of view a couple of times, and I just thought it was very very apropos for you to look us up, and thank you very much. I certainly enjoyed myself this evening.
Well, we certainly enjoyed you all very, very much. The men point of view, we hope that you would bring point of view back, and so that we can enjoy you on a more regular basis. I want to say these are my loves, my friends, my former co-workers, and so we go a long way back. We thank you, Peggy and I are so happy that you can be here with us tonight. We want to thank everybody who joined us in the virtual building and posed your questions and shared your comments. That means so very, very much to us. Make sure that you go to YouTube and subscribe and like and comment and share, and of course hit that notification bell so that you'll know every time we go live. We want you to be a part of our growing forum. And thank you for those who joined us on our Facebook page, Raw Talk. Remember, you can reach out to us on both of those platforms, as well as on online via email at rawtalk2021@gmail.com. If you're interested in being in the single spotlight, whether you're a man or a woman, we would love to have you as our special guest. So reach out and let us know, and we'll be excited to show you off to everybody. I love each and every one of you so much. So thank you, gentlemen, for being with us. We appreciate you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Can't wait to do it again.
Oh, okay. That's good news. That's good news. We're glad to hear that. Everybody, yes?
Ms.B, with the point of view, fellas, I cannot help it. You know how we close it out. So, Ms.B, we'd like to close out your show.
Okay.
Jerry? Is Jerry frozen again?
Yeah, he's
Remember,
frozen.
the search for the perfect other is a search for every. How about now?
Okay, go ahead, Jerry.
All right. Remember, the search for the perfect other is a search for what we lack in ourselves. That's the case.
Jerry, that's okay. That's okay, man.
They're gonna clown you, Jerry, but we heard you.
Why don't you do it for me?
All right. So, Stacy, you want to do Jerry's?
Is a search for what we lack in ourselves.
I can't even remember because it's just.
All right. So, friends and family, on behalf of Jerry D. Fenner,
Yeah.
the search for the perfect other is oftentimes the search for what we lack in ourselves. And if that's the case, here's the
Okay.
hoping that you find what you never look for.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. All right. It's just as easy just to say, hey, it's been a pleasure. Good night.
There you go.
And on that happy note, we bid you Adieu. I'm Ms.B. Love you, baby.
I'm Peggy.
Raw Talk, the show that's by adults, for adults, with adults. Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and Facebook. Live.